Hi, I'm Becca Otis from Five Lines Pottery in Indianapolis, Indiana.
And I'm Ryan Durbin from RD Ceramics, located in Southgate, Kentucky.
And welcome to Wheel Talk.
Hey guys, we've loved answering all of your questions so far. If you'd like to hear your question on the podcast, please send them to us on Instagram at Wheel Talk Podcast or by email to wheeltalkpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks.
We're live.
Hi, Becca.
Hi.
I just let you roll with it.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Becca. 2 nights in a row.
2 nights in a row, we're recording the podcast, so we can't get any sleep because we are talking so late into the night.
There's no way we're going to talk more than 2.5 hours. I mean, last night we got done at like 12:30. There's no way we're going to talk for that long.
No, yeah. We actually normally have like 20 minutes of conversation before we even start, and I think we had 3.
Not today, Satan.
Not today, Satan. I'm so fucking tired. I can't wait for this week to be over.
It doesn't feel like Thursday, though. I feel like it's still like midweek.
It feels like
But it's good that tomorrow's
the day after Saturday
almost
to me.
done.
That's before Sunday. It just feels like an extra day this week.
All right, bear with us, people. Becca's gonna be yawning throughout.
I
mute
said
yourself or something.
it just came on me. I didn't know it was just like came. Anyway, Ryan, how are you?
I'm doing great. I actually packed up a number of mystery boxes just to get in preparation for the sale next week. So I probably packed up about 12 or 14 boxes. Ideally, if people just order a single mystery box, then it'll just be like stamp a label on it and good to go. I don't even remember what's in them, so hey, there we go.
Sweet.
Plus, it helps me because the last time I did them, I was a little bit off on some of the weights, so I think I'm going to be able to actually like weigh these out and get a good like guesstimate. So that Etsy doesn't screw me on the weights because I miscalculate. So.
Yeah, for sure. Fuck them.
Well, I mean, it's my fault because I underestimate the weight, but I mean, I end up paying more on shipping myself if I don't calculate it right. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much been my day. Unloaded a glaze kiln and then loaded up another glaze kiln and started it right before we got together. So we'll check on that here in a couple days. I'm really just trying to get a lot of bisqueware through the cycle so I have more finished work. Once the moving starts, I want to be able to like not have to worry as much about, oh, I need to restock and glaze a bunch. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
All right. How about you? Besides you're tired.
I don't know what the fuck is up with this week. I feel like yesterday I felt like I didn't get anything done and I was in the studio till 9 o'clock. Today I was in the studio from 10:30 to 5. And I feel like I didn't get anything done.
Is that earlier than you normally work? Or like, you leave earlier than you normally do? I feel like, don't you normally work till like 7 or something?
Yeah, but on Thursdays I go and have dinner with my friends. And so I leave at 5.
Okay.
On Thursdays. My friends from college. Which is weird because I went to college in California. So, yeah. Whatever. Like, that
Indiana.
Was a weird like, literally my roommate in college, my first roommate in college, her and her husband moved to Indiana. They have 3 kids. She just had a kid 2 weeks ago. But they have 3 kids. Damn. And so, yeah, 3 girls. And, yeah. They cook me dinner every Thursday. It's great.
Nice. You got a couple friends with 3 girls, so.
I know. What the fuck? Maybe it's me.
Maybe. Been hanging out around Josh too much.
Yeah, dang it. Josh is so funny. Yeah, anyway, Josh is funny. Did you see his little cute thing on Instagram today about the unicorn?
I did.
Clayworks.
Unicorn Clayworks, yeah.
Josh from JH Pottery Works, his youngest daughter is 3, I think. Is she 4 or 3? Anyway, she's always in the studio with him, and he posted a picture saying that someday she was going to take over and call it Unicorn Clayworks. And I was like, yes, somebody needs to do that now.
UCW,
Unicorn Clayworks. I love it. I'm kind of jealous, honestly. Anyway, I got like 30 fucking Palo Santo burners and like 70 wine glasses done today, and I was like, ugh. I just could have and should have.
You'll get a reset. Are you gonna work a little bit more? Like, are you gonna work a couple hours tomorrow or something?
Yeah.
Even though you're normally off on Friday and Saturday?
Yeah, I'm going to finish the Palo Santos. I needed 60, and I'm going to... And it's all, like, weighed out. It should take 30 minutes. I'm going to do some handles hourly tomorrow, so... Yeah, I can't wait to reset for Sunday.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, ready. Okay, let's do a review. You can tell that we talked yesterday because we're not, like, jabbering on. See, we're only 6 minutes in. People are like, fucking finally, you guys just shut the fuck up.
Just get to it already. Jeez.
Just get to it. God.
Thank you all for submitting these reviews, by the way. We haven't got many new ones lately, but we have plenty to read off that people have submitted over time, so.
Yeah, we love reading them, and we appreciate you guys. Yeah. So, this is a 5-star review from JH Pottery, not JH Pottery Works. This is Josh Hensley, I believe. Henslick, yes. And he is in California. And he says, awesome podcast. This podcast is so awesome. Ryan and Becca are such kind people, and it comes through in their discussions. They are open and willing to share all of their knowledge, and they will even answer questions I have for them in their Instagram DMs. Best podcast ever. I should have said that. Best podcast ever! Because it's got a exclamation point.
Did it say podcast or podcast?
It said podcast.
Okay. It's funny because some people message us and they'll say podcast.
Podcast.
And I think they're being funny. So, like, you know they're in deep with this if they say podcast.
Yeah, they've been here for the nitty gritty.
Yeah, they've been through some stuff.
Yeah, they've been through the ringer with us. Oh, also, since a couple weeks ago, I told Lindy about those. Oh, it was pastels, by the way, Lindy. It was pastels. Those are the things I got at Jungle Gyms that are they're like these fruit pastels, but it was the pick and choose pack, and it has different.
What is that? Is that like a sugary candy or is it a?
Yeah, it's kind of like a jujube.
Jujube, okay.
Yeah, or like a a dot, you know.
A dot,
but also
dots are
because
kind of garbage, but
they're way better than dots. But like,
dots are too stiff, I feel like.
That's the consistency, I feel like. Anyway, when Lindy sent me the box for my birthday in May, I couldn't have gluten at that time, so I just put the candy and stuff like away. And so I finally tried these moon pies. They're like these moon cakes or something, and they have chocolate and marshmallow and a cookie, and they are so good.
I feel like that's an American thing too, though. I don't know. Moon pies here.
No, they weren't like that. She sent me stuff that was only from England, and I've already eaten 3 in like
but it was called a moon pie.
I think it's a moon cake.
Moon cake, okay.
Moon cake.
That sounds good.
It's very delicious.
Nice. So. Was it like a soft cake, like the top of a muffin, like texture, like cake texture?
No, the bottom's like a graham cracker cookie. It's kind of like a s'more, an encased s'more. So it's got a chocolate layer and then marshmallow fluffy, right?
Yep.
Fluff marshmallow, and then
Marshmallow
a cookie.
cream, kind of.
Yeah, so picture a Santa Claus marshmallow, but with a cookie on the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Good shit.
Yeah. Lindy, feel free to put one of those in your little crowdfunder things that you're sending me soon, if you want.
Also, Lindy, I'm really sorry I didn't support your crowdfunder. I shared it, but I also don't have any money right now. I still owe Ryan money.
But she also just hit the crowdfunder thing, so like that's good. Congratulations.
Yeah,
I don't know why we're leaning into our microphones and like whispering, but it's kind of fun.
Because we can. What are you gonna ask?
First I wanted to say I don't know if we officially told people. I mean, I guess we told people through Instagram, but did we tell people like that we're doing ClayCon West and we're both presenting and like what we're presenting? Did we tell anybody about that?
No, we still haven't gotten our tickets either.
That's all right. I think they're still selling them. If anybody out there is near the St. George, Utah area or wants to go to a conference with people in person and see some other clay folks, they're doing that in January, mid-January.
2022. Shit.
2022, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and so I'm presenting on efficiency while throwing, and Ryan
I'm presenting about different ways to sell and the pros cons of those ways to sell.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine will be a demo and his will be a talk.
Yeah. I was thrown off a little bit because most of them have been showing technique and like offering people to do demos on the side when you're like done and they can kind of get the hands on, but I'm like, I feel like my knowledge is more just like talking about stuff.
I feel that
there's so much
too.
we talk about on the podcast that I'm like, I feel like talking about business stuff would be beneficial with people.
Yeah, your brain is power.
So that's what I wanted to propose, and I did, and we're going to do it. So it's the weekend of Friday, January 14th and 15th. And technically the 16th, too.
Yeah.
So that's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that it's not like a NCCA conference where it's like during the middle of the week. It's actually like over a weekend. And you can get a whole thing, or you can get a day or whatever.
And it's very intimate. Like, I think the last time we had maybe 120 people.
I think there were more than that. I thought he said the first year they had like 120, but the second year they had like 250 or something.
It was great.
There's a lot of good presenters, and then there's presentations that go all day. So like people are making entire pieces over hours and stuff, and like multiple sessions, and then most of the demos and sessions are like an hour and a half. So it's not like a quick 30-minute like in and out kind of thing, and you're going to see 16 sessions. You're going to see like probably 12, and then there's some like all day stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
so it's pretty good. And then you get like, you can ask questions and stuff and actually get them answered, and with the time that's allotted, and like there's enough time to just chat with people, and yeah, it's a good time. So look that up. It's called ClayCon West, and you can look up their website. But yeah, I figured I'd mention that because I don't know if we had before. So
also, if you do go to ClayCon West and we don't tell you, there's a bomb-ass Hawaiian place somewhere in St. George. And I think it's like the only Hawaiian place. Go to it. Find it and go to it. I think it was like called Sunshine
it's good.
Or something. It was great.
It's not like a sit-down restaurant. It's like it's kind of like partial fast foodish, but it doesn't have a drive-through. It's like a walk-in, order at the counter, and then take your food to your table kind of thing.
Yeah, but it was bomb.
It was good. Yeah. All right.
Anyway, that's our suggestions for food.
Yeah. So the
look at us.
Segment,
we're just.
I figured I wanted to throw that in there. We're at 15, and we did a review. All right. So the segment we're going to do is what would you do if, because somebody brought that up, and was missing it. So the last one
We
we
should
did was
do it.
quite a bit ago. So we got one for you today. This one is, what would you do if you're having no luck throwing anything well to start your throwing session and you have all flops? What are you doing?
I didn't know this question beforehand. I think you need to answer this first so I can think about it.
I mean, sometimes you have those days. I have that some with like bottles at times because they do take a little bit of, finesse. So I would say if you're having trouble, just go to an easy go-to thing. Like for me, I would probably just throw a bunch of spoon rests.
Yeah.
Weigh out a bunch of half pounds of clay, throw a bunch of spoon rests. You're committing to like a minute of a spoon rest, so you can get that quantity up quickly, and you're not wasting a lot of time. And honestly, there's not really much you can fuck up with a spoon rest. So get some wins and then move on to another thing.
Okay. I have a totally different answer.
Or mugs or something like that.
If I'm taking this literally. So if I like just flopped a bunch of shit, what I would do first is the last thing that I flopped, I would probably throw it against the wall out of anger. And out of anger, I would yell fuck really loud. I would get up. I'd probably complain to Rebecca on the way out the door. As I walked out the door, forgot my keys, and then go around the building and sit in the grass for 5 minutes. And then I would settle down. I would close my eyes, lay in the grass, take a deep breath, and then I'd come back inside, and then I'd start over. And if I didn't get it right that time, I would quit.
I would quit. Quit my job. Rebecca, see ya. I'm done.
I would
Fuck
at least
Clay.
take an hour break to like reposition my head. If I was having that hard of an issue, I would say, Rebecca, I'll be back in an hour.
Okay.
I'd go somewhere, I'd leave, and then I'd come back. Yep.
Okay.
Probably listen to some music.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Or like do something that you can't fuck up, like prep clay or something. Like do something easy that you can just do without thinking. Like I wouldn't go to another thing like glazing or something. Like I don't like glazing enough to do that, and I'm not going to put handles on mugs because you could fuck something up there.
I'd probably go eat pizza.
Go eat pizza. When do you clean up that thing that you threw against the wall? Do you clean that up when you first get back inside?
Nah.
Do you clean that up the next day? When do you clean that up?
I just leave it there.
For how long? Until you quit your job and then somebody else has to clean it up like Dusty's bucket?
Yeah, oh God. We lined the walls with plastic because I was like, we got to line these walls with something. Because I don't have a splash pan. But, yeah, like a piece of clay today flew off of my wheel and went under my wheel. I won't pick that up for another, 2 months.
Oh, my God.
It's
That's
way
why I
under
never
there.
understood. That's why I never understood some of the. I mean, I get the frustration and the smashing something, but the cleanup part just makes you think about it more, and you're like, "Fuck, I did this to myself."
You throw it against the wall and then it drops down so you can't see it.
Not if it's a piece of finished ware or something. That's like this thing is cracked. Whatever, throw it on the ground.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I'm talking about making pieces with wet clay.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that could apply to anybody throwing something that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just being realistic about what I would do, because that's exactly what I've done.
Yeah.
One time when I was trying to make the Hurley plates, did I say this last week?
I mean, you said you're making them recently, and they were just really frustrating to you.
Yeah, well, the first time I made them, they were just really frustrating to me, and I flopped 3 in a row, and I was almost crying when I walked into Rebecca's and was like, "You have to show me how to do these again. I can't figure it out." And I was so.
I thought you said you did Yeah, you did say that to her, and you were just so frustrated with it.
Yeah. If I don't get angry at people, I get angry at inanimate objects, and clay definitely applies to that. So.
Nice.
That was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, I figured that was better. Most of them are like, what would you do if this thing fell on the ground? What would you do if this other thing crashed and burned? And a lot of them are like, say fuck, collect yourself, and then get back to it or whatever. It's like, clean it up.
Get back to it. Put you back into it. Yeah. Okay, so shall we talk about what we're talking about today? I was thinking...
Sure. I'll let you cue that up.
Oh, yes. So what we're going to talk about is, I think it's going to be a little bit different than our normal episodes because we are literally going to have a conversation that I would normally have with Ryan or Andrew about what to do with this shitty mug situation and how I want to start, how I kind of want to like grow that part of my business and how like what products I'm going to be making and how much money I need to make and how much money I need to spend or plan to spend. And we felt that it might be fun because it's not me starting over, but it is me starting something new. So it'll be fun to talk it out and just kind of like hash out different things about it.
Yeah.
How I would normally approach you or Andrew, my best friend, in how I'm going to, like, I literally had this conversation with him a couple days ago.
Yeah, because you're coming at it kind of with business in mind and like making a certain amount of money as well as like, am I going to enjoy making this thing? So it's not purely like creative driven.
Right.
Of I want to make a groundbreaking body and body of work for this exhibition or something. It's just like, you know, there's a couple factors here and that's what you're kind of shooting for.
Yeah, and I'm not necessarily looking to grow, but I am looking to make a certain amount. Like, I'm not looking... Right, like, I'm not necessarily looking to make, like, $3,000 one month and then $10,000 in 5 months. You know, that's not necessarily my goal. My goal is to make $3,000... My goal is to make $3,000 a month in profit in external sales outside of Graves Co. Pottery.
Okay. It doesn't have to be entirely one body of work. It could be... Yeah. Okay.
And we are adding in fancy cups too.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to backburner fancy cups in...
No, I want to add it. I want to add them in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to like kind of get that. And then also we need to talk about like how much time I need to be spending at the studio and like set a schedule and stuff like that. So, are you ready?
Let's start. Where do you want to start here?
Okay. So, let's talk about So, I want to make $3,000 a month and I'm trying to figure out if I obviously want to sell the fancy cups. I want to figure out how many fancy cups I need to sell a month plus how many shitty cups I need to sell a month. And I'm also wondering if I should add in another alternative product, like hand-built mise en place or like a snack bowl or something like that, you know, that's like...
Yeah.
I don't want to have a ton of products. Like, I don't really have I don't have a desire to have like 15 different items, but it would be nice like, so I have fancy cups and I have the fancy pinch pots, which are the small bowls that aren't pinched. And I have and then on the shitty cup side I have the shitty cups, and then I feel like I need one more thing. And I'm wondering, should I just do shitty cup pinch pots?
Shitty cup pinch pots. So not your sanded ones with a bright color, just
right,
like regular pinch pots that you would make back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, I love making those, and they're
Were
off the
were those good sellers for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would they be how? I guess one thing that comes to my mind is how are you going to sell them? Are you going to sell them in person because they are easy sellers in person? I assume.
Oh, right.
You're at Leavenworth, and are they something that would sell online?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm struggling with that right now because like I don't know how I want to sell online for Shitty Cups because I feel like the appeal to me of Shitty Cups is the fact that like I can glaze them whatever I want and I don't have to worry about it. And then if I put a bunch of effort into doing like a bunch of product shots, then I feel like that kind of like makes it more, you know?
Because you're committing to this one product, this one photo. That's what you're going to get?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Like I could potentially...
I was just thinking with the mystery boxes that I'm doing now, like could you do a set of like 3 pieces? Like you get a shitty cup, a shitty pinch pot, and piece number 3, and it's like a set for a price that is reasonable for you and is reasonable for somebody else because you kind of like that.
Yeah.
I feel like you would enjoy just taking kind of like a mystery box, and you just know that you're going to get one of this, one of this, one of this.
That's a good idea.
And then you pick the colors, or they like suggest a color.
Yeah, like warm colors or cool colors or
and
black
then
or white.
You don't have to take a bunch of photos. You just take like 6 photos or something of a series.
Right. That's what I was thinking too, and I hadn't thought about doing a mystery box. I like that idea, where it's just like.
Because, I mean, you kind of like doing the flash sale where it's like you make a whole
love
bunch of
that.
shit and people are getting a discount on it.
Yeah. And I think I could do a flash sale of Shitty Cups, and it'd be so much fun. Like, just to be like, I have blue, I have black, I have white, I have red. Or yellow or whatever. And those are the colors I have. And they choose those colors, and I have to, and I just glaze 45 blue, 25 red.
Yeah.
I really like that style because it's just like, it's like a wholesale order,
Yeah.
And
exactly.
So I was thinking about that. So like doing a flash sale and then potentially doing mystery boxes. I like that mystery box idea. I like that a lot better than just like putting them up and being like.
Because I feel like you're gonna hate yourself if you have to do individual listings of individual pieces. You're gonna hate that.
I wouldn't do it though. Like I don't think I would do it.
Yeah. But if you were at a show, like that's even better, right?
Right. And I think I want to do shows. Obviously, I have the tents for it, and it'd be great to do like the farmer's market because Dusty was doing the farmer's market in the summer, and now I can. I could probably call her and do the farmer's market, make a couple.
Where is
bucks.
that? Is that just Indianapolis Farmers Market, or is it like a neighborhood, certain neighborhood one? Or?
Yeah, it's like half a mile from work.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so
that's great.
Yeah, and you like just drive your car up and like set up your tent, and it's super low key. So
that's your speed right there.
Totally. So I was thinking that would be a good idea to do that kind of stuff.
That'll get you some steady income. Like,
yeah.
Hey, you can show up with 50 pieces and like see what happens.
Yeah.
Or 100 pieces or whatever, and that'll just be what stock you have that week, and then it's cool because you can just sell online if something sells and just take from the stock that you have existing. That's what I like about the shot glasses and stuff. Like I sell a lot of shot glasses every week. I mean, I probably get like 6 orders of shot glasses every week. It could be 1 shot glass or it could be 2 or 3, but it's like steady, and all I gotta do is update the quantity. I took those photos one time.
Yeah.
And I never take them again, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Do you have like the different colors for the shot? Oh, my lip is bleeding. Do you have different colors for the shot glasses?
Yeah, I did.
In the listing?
Yeah, I have a listing for speckled shot glasses and a listing for just like white clay shot glasses.
Okay.
And then I have like a book, and then there's like shot glasses sitting in front of the book, and then there's shot glasses sitting on top, and then I just labeled, like I typed up in like the preview app like what color map to which one you're looking at. And I just said in the listing, like, sizes and colors may vary a little bit because it's handmade. And, yeah, so.
Cool. Okay, on that note of, I like the idea of the online stuff, and I like the idea of the flash sale and like doing updates because it creates like tension and excitement, you know. How many fancy cups do you think I should do a month? The last update that
do you think it's reasonable to sell? I was thinking like a third initially, like $1,000 worth, but that might be too much. I don't know. Is that too much?
I mean, that's
10 cups, right?
That's not bad. And if they start to get like...
You actually have to sell 10 of them.
Yeah. I sold 5, I think. Maybe 6.
Do you think you can fit in at least making 15 or something a month?
Yeah. I think I could.
Yeah.
If I really...
I wouldn't assume you're going to sell all 10 if you make 10, but I would, yeah, like shoot for 15, making 15 in case something happens, and but hope that you can sell at least 10 of them.
Yeah. No, I think I could. And I think that once the traction builds on those, I feel like they will be good. But now people are kind of like hesitant, you know?
I mean, those are going to be individual listings, but...
That's fine.
Yeah, I would worry about selling those in person because I don't know how well they will be received unless you do like an art show, but...
Yeah, I don't think I would even try...
Sure.
I don't even think I would try to sell them in person.
Yeah.
I mean, I could, I suppose.
I think you should definitely have some for ClayCon West because I think they will sell.
I agree.
To pottery people.
Yeah. Fucking Joe, he's like, I want a fucking mug. I'm like, you're not getting a fucking mug. I hate fucking mugs.
Yeah, I think 10 to 15 a month is reasonable. Would you do some of the work on those at your apartment on occasion, or you would do them entirely at the studio just like everything else? Or
I've been doing them entirely at the studio, which I go back and forth between whether I like doing them at the studio or at the apartment, which is frustrating for me because it's like I like doing them at my apartment because it's there, but I have the whole setup at the studio and it's a little bit easier to do them at the studio. Mm-hmm. I just need to get better at being at the studio. That's my issue. Yeah.
Is it a hurdle for you to just get up like Saturday morning or Friday morning and go? I feel like you probably don't want to do it as much Friday morning because you were just working all week.
Yeah.
So Friday's probably your like rest day, and then Saturday would be like get up at whatever 8, 9, and then go to the studio for like 4 hours or something. Like, is that reasonable?
Yeah, and that's what I've been trying to do recently. But you know, like the last couple, I feel like my weekends, like I was so ready for my weekends to be like lame and like nobody in them, and that it's been the opposite. So
yeah.
I need to like prioritize it, but I want to get to the studio like at least 2 hours every night. I don't feel like that's unreasonable, you know, because I've been getting to work at like 9 a.m. and I'd like to get to work at 9 a.m. and leave by like 3 or 4 and get to the studio and leave by like 7 would be nice.
That's pretty nice. Yeah.
That would be ideal, but my reality right now is getting to work at 9:30, leaving at 6, saying fuck it, going home, and then just sitting and looking out my window.
Yeah. It's a hurdle, I'm sure, once you hit the end of the workday and you're like, if I go home, I'm not leaving. But if I go to the studio, I'm just going to be thinking about how hungry I am. Like, that's what I would be thinking.
Yeah,
but I guess you pack 2 meals or something, and then you're like, okay, now I'm prepared. I'm going to the studio.
I almost always just pick up food at Taco Bell on my way to the studio. But yeah, and then when I get to the studio, I get up there and I just look at that fucking bag of clay, and I'm like, damn it.
Do you think your kiln's gonna motivate you more when they?
I freaking hope so.
I feel like that's the big pie in the sky of like this thing. Once it's there, it's just gonna light a fire under your ass. But you hope that's the case. But
I think it will. It's got to. I mean, and also like the whole fact that I have this like goal, like the financial goal. Because okay, so if I make $3,000 in a month and like invest it or whatever and multiply it, then I want to have like $1 million by the time I'm 45. And I think that's doable. But even regardless, having $3,000 and putting it towards something, I could buy a house, anything, really.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
It's a ton of money. That's like, you know what's crazy is that like it's a lot of money to me, but like $3,000 like times 12 is only $36,000, and I was like, that doesn't seem like a lot.
But I
of
mean,
money.
that's on top of what you get paid to do on a daily basis.
Yeah, it would make my salary like 70.
Yeah, I mean that's good.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
So,
when you said
and I'd
you
be
lived
saving,
on fucking $15,000 before,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, and I'd be saving almost 50% of my income, which would be my goal. I'd like to get to a 50% savings rate. So,
So what would be your first month that you want to make 3,000? Would it be the end of October? Is that reasonable?
yeah, like November.
The end of November?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, can you make product to be able to sell something?
I think
Like, I would say, can you set some goal for October?
Yeah.
To ease yourself into it?
I think so. Let's say $1,500 for October.
There you go. All right.
Okay.
Halloween. By Halloween, you need to have made $1,500.
Okay, I can do that. So by Halloween, I need to have made $1,500, and then we'll go full blast in November for Christmas. Oh my God. Yeah, the mystery
Christmas.
boxes will be fucking dope in Christmas. Yes. Fuck yes. Okay, anyway, moving on. So, yeah, I like that. Okay, so but about the pieces, do you think I obviously, wine glasses.
So what's your lineup here?
Okay, so wine glasses, pinch pots.
These are all shitty category, right?
Yeah, shitty category. Wine glasses, pinch pots, and mise en place. Like, just a variety of different types of hand-built stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no... Like, they're all different sizes, all different things, you know?
That's what you mean for mise en place, or that's your fourth category is just random hand? Okay.
No, the mise en place are, like, just all random. So, like, you know, some tiny little plates, the tiny little spoon rest, little tiny mise en place bowls. So I was just thinking, like, a random assortment of those. And those could be, like, $5, right? And, and then... Or 3 for $10.
I think you charge $8 for them or something. If it's like a spoon rest, you gotta charge more than $5 for it.
No, it's literally 2 inches.
Oh.
It's 2 inches big.
Okay, well, you gotta distinguish. You said mise en place, and then you said a bunch of random things like spoon rest and stuff. I'm like, that's not a mise en place
I said
bowl.
tiny spoon rest.
Is that like a mise en place?
No, it's like a little tiny teaspoon spoon rest.
So it's then a fourth category. It's a spoon rest.
But it's tiny.
I get it, but you're not charging $5 for that. You could
Why
charge
not?
charge $8 for it. See if it sells. That's more than double what you're charging for it. See if it sells at $8. Like, don't you think a spoon rest is worth $8? A handmade spoon rest?
Not that one. So little. Anyway, okay. But I don't think... Do you think I should do, like, a medium-sized bowl of any sort? Like a... do you sell bowls? I was thinking, like, a snack-sized bowl.
I don't sell them that great. I mean, what about, like, an ice cream bowl size?
Yeah, like a snack-sized bowl that's, like, maybe a cup to a cup and
like,
a half.
Yeah, like, maybe 5 inches, 6 inches across.
Yeah.
Like, your pinch pots are probably 3 to 4 inches across?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say something 5 to 6 inches across, like a ice cream bowl size, like a snack bowl. You put some dip in there.
Yeah. Sell it
something
for
like
$10
that.
or whatever.
People like that at shows. Like, that's going to be a good price. I still think you're charging too low, but...
No, these are shitty cups. I'm not doing anything to them. That's the point.
I throw similar things for, like, cereal bowls, and I charge $24 for it.
I know, but...
You're telling me if you're at a show that you're going to sell the... Well, it's not going to be a cereal bowl size, but like an ice cream bowl, I would still charge $18 for it. You're telling me you're going to make it...
Remember, the whole point is to have fun just selling this shit and, like, being like, yeah, $10. It's $10.
I mean, yeah, sell it, but if you're trying to hit your goal, you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to have to make more pieces. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, so how many... If I was selling shitty cups, like just the wine glasses. So if I was selling wine glasses for... $15, 3,000. Oops. Okay, well, we're assuming I make $1,000 in fancy cups, right?
Okay, so that's 2,000 left.
2,000 divided by 15. Well, that is a lot.
How many is that?
130.
That's a lot. You're going to be selling
That's a
130 of those cups in a month?
That's
No
a
fucking
solid
way.
point. I think I need to move up.
You're not even going to beat enough shows to do that.
You never know. I could be a show fucking master.
Okay, let's do some math here. What's 2,000 divided by 20? That's 100, right?
Yeah.
I think that's still a lot to be selling 100 of them. But you're not selling $2,000 worth of just the shitty cups. You're going to make other things that are going to make up
right.
money.
So like if I was going to sell a
what if you said 1,000 in the shitty cups?
Yeah. Yeah, if I was going to sell those mystery boxes, how much do you think the mystery boxes should be? Like a mystery box with 4 pieces in it.
$30 at least.
Yeah.
I would say 35 is a good number.
Yeah,
if you charge, I don't know how you're going to do shipping, if you're going to do $5 flat rate or what, but I mean, I feel like a whole box shipped at $40 or less, $35, $40.
Yeah. So let's say I only sold online for 1 month, right? And they were just the mystery boxes. And I did, we'll say $30. I needed to sell 67.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
The thing is, you're thinking very like, I'm going to sell this one product in the month and then the fancy cups in that month. Like, you're going to be selling a lot of small things that are going to add up.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're going to sell at a farmer's market and make $600. Like, that's going to be like a quarter of what you need or whatever.
Right.
So,
yeah.
You know, I'm just thinking like quantity wise, like what amount of quantity do you need to make of the different things? We already said like 15 fancy cups.
I think having
hopefully you sell 10.
I think making 150 wine glasses in a month is like easy peasy.
Yeah,
I can do that in a day.
And that'll roll over. Like, that'll roll over to the next month, and then it frees up your time to make other stuff.
Right. I can do that in a day, and then if I make...
What if I make 200 pinch pots or something, or 250 pinch pots?
I make 75 out of a bag of pinch pots, or like 70. So if I did 3 bags of pinch pots, that's almost like 300. Also, what I was considering is this. What if I could get a fair account and sell wholesale? You know? And just do random colors. Like, you don't get to choose your colors. You just get a bunch of random colors and sell them wholesale for the same price as I would sell to the public.
You could, but what are you getting into there? You're at the will of somebody ordering randomly on a random day, right?
True.
And they're gonna take 30% of it. 25%, and it's already discounted 50%. So you're gonna get 25% of that.
No. So, like, if let's say I was selling a shitty cup and also for everybody that's listening that hasn't listened in, a shitty cup does not mean shittily made. It's,
what does shitty stand for?
Oh, yeah, we were trying to think of words for, what shitty stands for. So it's,
it's an acronym for it, so.
Simple, handmade, intricate, no. Was it intricate? Simple, handmade.
I thought it was like
Inexpensive. Tactile.
You should have wrote this shit down, Becca. We
did
talked about it last
down
night.
Somewhere. I probably actually have it in a note. But yeah, tactile, tantalizing, sensational. No, but I don't know. We couldn't figure out what Y was going to be.
Well, once you get the other ones down.
It's a work in progress. We
already said the Y is going to be yours.
Yours. Yes.
Simple, handmade, inexpensive, tactile, right? Tactile?
Yeah. Tactile. Ta. People are screaming into their podcast right now.
Different ideas.
Yeah.
Totally yours.
Totally yours.
I don't know if that's right, but
we're just going to put that up there for now. So anyway, that's what shitty stands for. And so they take like no time at all. Anyway, that's our favorite. So if I make, so if I make 150 wine glasses, we'll do 140 pinch pots.
Yeah, it's just two bags of it. Just
two
so you
bags.
Don't kill yourself. Just commit to 2 bags of it for the month.
140 pinch pots, and then maybe like 50 bowls. And then whatever handmade stuff I have left over. Like no amount for that.
Like a couple bags of clay of handmade stuff?
Yeah. Or just like the scraps or whatever. Reclaim.
There you go.
Yeah. If it's I think I'm going to have to reclaim
mise en place and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I mean, I think like when you're at shows, or at least when I'm at shows, like people are digging in those like bins of stuff. Like they love doing that. I can see them digging in your bins of like pinch pots, and they're digging in the bins of mise en place bowls, and you got just a big basket of like the cut, like
totally.
I fucking love
it.
I
also think that it would be really, really great come springtime to do garden stakes.
There you go.
And with garden stakes, I've tested it with the ink. You know, the ink that there's like that.
Like an underglaze pad?
No, it's not an underglaze pad. It's an actual ink pad, and it's like the India ink or like the like art ink that like for stamping, you know, for books and stuff. And if you stamp it and then put it in the oven for an hour at like 250 degrees or 350 degrees, it seals it, and they do not wear away, like at all. I sent one to Stacy Morgan and told her to write on it with Sharpie whatever she wanted and then bake it like I told her to, and she says they haven't even worn away at all. They've gone through the entire winter, the entire summer, nothing.
Wow.
So I was thinking it'd be cool that I could take my stamp pad and people could choose what they wanted, and I could stamp. Like, obviously, I'd have the regular ones, like fucking corn and, like,
beans or whatever.
Beans and, like, standard ones, and, like, thyme and basil and all that stuff. But then if they wanted something particular, you can say, tell me what you want, and I can make it for them there. And then they can bake it at home.
There you go. That's a good idea. I was worried about the whole, okay, you're going to make like 250 of these at a time, and then you're going to be stamping them, and then you're going to be taking them home to your apartment, and you're going to be putting them in the oven and shit.
Right.
That's what I thought you were going to be. Okay.
Well, and what's great about that is that you can actually, what's awesome about that is that I could just once fire them or whatever and get them up and then stamp them with the stamp pad and just put them back in the kiln and fire them for 350. And I wouldn't even need to take them to the oven. I could just fire them in the kiln for an hour.
You just have to load it again, but yeah. That's a better idea than putting them in the oven and shit.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But I could also do them in underglaze, the underglaze stamp too if I wanted to, but it's kind of a pain.
I mean, if you're going to single fire it, why wouldn't you just do all that before it's...
Yeah.
So you can
That makes me want my baby kiln. I'm so mad that I left that. Anyway, moving on. So I was thinking those would be great for... Okay, so...
So did you write this down?
Yeah, I'm writing it down. So we have wine glasses. So 150. Pinch pots. 140. Mise en place. Well, mise en place are just...
100?
No, just... reclaim.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Are you gonna throw a number on there just to
I'll say
about 100? Like,
I mean, I made like a couple weeks ago. I made probably 50 of them in a night.
Just just throw a number up on the board. So you have some kind of commitment.
We'll do garden stakes, and that's what 200.
Right now, you're making them right now.
Well, we'll do 100 right now.
Okay.
Garden stakes.
I feel like nobody's gonna need garden stakes right now, though.
People like to plan ahead. You'd be surprised.
Depends on where if they're buying them online or whatever, I guess.
Yeah, I'll put 100, but for spring.
Okay.
In parentheses.
Okay.
And then fancy cups, 10.
And this is what you need to make every single month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot those bowls, snack bowls.
Yeah,
We'll do
bowl.
50.
How many?
50.
50. Okay. And then, like, that's how I would approach it. I don't really go to a dollar amount and say, like, I need to sell this dollar amount.
Yeah.
But I'm just, like, make a certain amount and quantity so that I have the potential to make $3,000. Like, if you have $5,000 worth of product,
Yeah.
what's the potential of you getting out to customers enough to be able to sell 2/3 of it?
Yeah.
You know?
For sure. Yeah.
Okay. So
okay.
How would you break down your schedule or whatever? Like, how would you break up the quantity that you need to make? And, like, is it just focusing on making pinch pots this day for 2 hours and, like,
yeah,
that would get you to, you know.
I feel like that whole list could take me 2 weeks after work.
Just the wet clay work?
Yeah, just the wet clay work could take me 2 weeks. And then glazing it, not that much. I'm also considering just doing glazing of, like, bright colors for, like, the small stuff just on the inside. Like, just doing a brush stroke of stroke and coat on the inside so I don't have to... And so
is that
they're
going
all...
to take you a long time?
No.
How much time is that per piece? You're making 200. You're making like 200 of the pinch pots.
A minute?
Okay. So 200
I mean, it's going to
minutes.
take me just as long to glaze them because you have to wax them and then you have to dunk them. Like, it takes just as long.
You can't, like, pop glazes for the pinch pots, can you?
No.
And you can't, like, grip them, right? You can't, like,
and you can't really pour it in and pour it out because it just doesn't work.
Yeah. That's true.
So I feel like brushing them, like, with a big brush and just being sloppy about it might be the way to do it.
I would say make some that way and dip
make some white ones. Yeah.
See, like, what people like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good
I like
idea.
that.
I wonder if spraying them would be faster.
Spraying them. Do you have a spray option at your studio?
I mean, I could make one or buy one.
Okay. I mean, I feel like spraying could be doable. You have to be pretty accurate with it, right? How do you keep it from getting on the outside, or would you care?
No, you wouldn't care too much.
Okay.
Even if you sprayed it, you could spray the inside and the outside pretty quick, couldn't you?
I've only sprayed stuff like twice in my life, and that was in college. I don't really remember. I mean, most of the work is cleaning out the bottles and stuff, right?
Yeah.
If you have multiple bottles, I guess you can swap it out, but I don't know. Are you trying to find efficiencies for something that you already know how to do it efficiently, and you're just trying to, like, find something that is going to give you more question marks?
I feel like the pinch pots specifically have always been a frustrating, like,
have you always waxed them and just dunked them with tongs?
Yeah.
And you don't feel like that's efficient enough for you?
It's pretty efficient, I guess. I guess there's no real other way. That's super... I like the idea of doing bright colors, though. I like the idea of, like, these, you know...
I feel like you're going to get more attention if the outsides are glazed as well, though.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Unless the clay is interesting. Unless you're using, like, Dark Star and the clay is interesting as it is with the specks on the outside or something.
I'll be using Dark Star.
Okay.
But people might not like the feel on the outside.
Yeah, it's kind of chalky, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's, like, nice to, like, not drop it and stuff, but I feel like if you're eating out of, like, a snack bowl... Yeah. You might want the, like, glossy. And it'll look cool because you can actually see it, like, on the outside.
You know what I could do is I could glaze them all white and then, like, splatter different colors on them. That'd be fun.
Yeah, you could do that. See how they interact with the white?
Yeah. Like the stroke and coat, just kind of, like, splatter it on with...
Mm-hmm.
And just not worry about it, you know? I wonder if people would like the splatters or not.
I don't know. I mean, personally, I would not buy stuff with splatters, but some people would like
Yeah.
the uniqueness of it.
Yeah. That's true.
Um,
I always feel like my style is like not anybody else's style. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just like everything that I like, no one else likes.
so are you saying you like the splatter, or
I
you
love
think a splatter
splatters.
is what people would like?
I love splatters.
So maybe make 15 splatters and see how they go.
Okay.
I mean, don't
Okay.
kill yourself with all the different options. Don't do like, I'm
Yeah.
going to spray this month, I'm going to do splatters this month, I'm going to do solid white ones this month, and I'm going to do a bunch of different colors this month. Like, that's just
That's too much.
going to kill you.
Yeah. I think
Maybe
that
like,
dipping
all right,
glazes.
This month I'm going to do some splatter ones this month. I'm going to do like,
Yeah.
30 splatter ones this month, and then everything else is going to be what I'm confident is going to sell.
Yeah. I think that dipping glazes is going to be the way to go.
Yeah. I feel like you're just trying to avoid it.
Yeah. Well,
But
I
if
don't
you're
want to make them. That's the biggest thing, you know?
You don't want to throw them?
I don't want to make the glazes.
Oh, make the glazes. I got you.
And, like, have all the buckets. I just feel like glaze stations are so fucking messy. And it makes me so mad. But I think I could do it in smaller buckets, which is good. I mean, I
Yeah.
already have the recipes. It's not like I don't. But I'd like to get some brighter colors.
Well, you could just get commercial glazes, and
I know.
you could get some 10-pound bags of like Mudworks glazes or something. Or
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
could-
it's gonna look like some other people's, but
Yeah. I could also, I have the white that I have, the base of that white, I think would be really great with some stains. So I might try that. And do like really bright stains. Kind of like Heidi's.
yeah. Are you confident that that's gonna be good for you to be able to sell stuff in the first couple months?
Yeah.
Like, are you going to be able to I mean, I guess you'll be able to test them in other people's kilns and stuff.
It's a solid glaze.
Okay.
It's a super solid glaze. Like me, Josh, Rebecca, Isaac. Do you use the white? I don't think so. We all
think
use
so.
that glaze. So, yeah.
Nice.
And you know what? It was one that I found on the internet by Googling in 2014.
Is it a glossy white?
Yeah.
Maybe I should use that instead of the Laguna one that I have.
Yeah, you should.
I should try it.
You should.
I'll
send you the
and
recipe.
I'll look
Yeah.
it. I'll try it out.
I'll send you
I
the
mean, I
recipe.
spend money on the Laguna white. I buy it at 50-pound bags at a time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
It's an easy one to mix up, too.
Yeah, I mean, white, I would assume the materials are super simple and
Yeah, it's very simple,
Not
and then
anything fancy.
Zercopacks. So, it's like,
Okay.
whatever.
all right.
Yeah, so I know I'm going to have to get into that. I just have been kind of, like, avoiding it. But, yes. Okay, so that's my list of things. And then I think that doing, like, a flash sale situation might be probably the best. Like, I could do a flash sale with the wine glasses pretty easily, and I think that they'd sell. Like, people keep asking me for them, so.
Do you still have some?
Of the shitty ones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just put them in a box there in my studio.
Okay. Yeah, because you were talking about making them and then putting them online and like seeing how you wanted to list them and just say like, I'm going to pick a random one or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
so
like
you
the
were
mystery box sale situation.
Yeah.
And if I did a flash sale, I'd make them all bisque and then just glaze them how they wanted it.
Yeah. So is that going to be your goal for the end of October, is going to be to get the mystery box listed and have people kind of like pre-order colors sort of thing for the flash sale?
I think for October, I might do a mystery box with a bunch of different shit and see how just the mystery box does. And then I have some fancy cups still left that are made. I just have to paint them.
Okay.
So
you can get like 5 to 10 maybe?
yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
So I think that's the goal. And then, yeah. What do you think for like the setup when I do shows? Do you think that I should do shelves, or do you think I should do like table and just do the table shit?
I would go to the how are you gonna? Do you want people digging through bins? Because if so, then a table would probably be better because people are going to
Right.
be reluctant to go up to shelves if there's bins and of things. Or
Yeah.
are you going to like display them on like shelves and they're going to pick individual pieces off of it?
Well, I think that I'd want to do maybe one side shelves and one side tables, you know?
Okay.
And
What would be on the tables? The mise en place and the pinch pots and the
yeah.
snack
No,
bowls?
the pinch pots I've found are really good actually on a shelf. Because I could do both. Like, I would put half of
Okay.
them in a shelf and half of them in a...
Yeah, I feel like it's good to not have. That's why I have my spoon rest scattered. I have it on basically each table,
Yeah.
so people can come up and they're not like completely swarming one area to look at spoon rests. They can look at them at different tables.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think having a couple places for people to look is good. I would worry. Are you worried at all about the shelving? You're still figuring out how the shelving is going to work, but is the shelving going to move? Is it going to sway with the weather?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm thinking that it'll be a ladder system with 8-inch boards. That'll
Like
be
depth wise, and
yeah,
then
8-inch depth, and it'll be
that's pretty sturdy. I feel like.
yeah, and it'll be a ladder system connected to the actual frame.
Like not in
So.
okay, so like two ladders vertically, like in an H shape kind of,
Yep.
not like an A frame kind of thing.
No.
Okay.
Like two, and they hang from the frame, and then there'll have to be a board on the very bottom that makes sure that they're not like moving around, like just one that's a
Like stabilizer, yeah.
like one shelf will have to stabilize it, and then I'll do shelves all the way up.
Cool.
I
Yeah, I think that'll be good.
I might do 6-inch fence posts. They're a little bit cheaper. So
6-inch fence posts, like
the ones behind
cedar
you.
fencing.
yeah, like the ones behind you. Those are just significantly
those will
cheaper.
be your shelves,
Shelves.
or those. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
What's
you could
nice
do
ab-
them. You could do two 4-inch ones and put them side by side.
That's true. What's nice about the cedar is that it's like grippy, so that things don't fall off. You know, it's
Yeah,
not
it is
smooth.
textured, and it looks really nice. It looks clean.
Yeah,
like-
they look great.
I mean, it smells good,
Yeah.
and
Totally.
it's got a little character to it with the color. So
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking as far as the shelving. And then on the other side, I can just do a table. And I'd like to do like a wooden table, but we'll see how that works. I'd like to do something
vehicle
hanging.
option to store all of those? I guess you'll be good. The shelves will be low real estate. The ladder system will be medium-ish real estate. It's got to be at least 6 foot tall, probably 8 foot tall, right?
6 feet tall.
6 feet tall.
I am not tall enough to have an 8 foot tall.
I know, but where does your tent? If it's got to hit your tent is not 6 feet.
It's 6 feet.
It's more than 6 feet off the ground, isn't it? Is it the lowest one at 6 feet?
It might be.
Okay.
It might be 6.5. It might be 6.5, but I had to do it at the lower one because I literally can't reach higher. So,
I gotcha.
like, people have to duck in my tent, and I'm like, you're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry that
Yeah.
God made you tall. Like,
Do you have a simpler setup if you were to do a farmer's market? Would you just do the table thing?
yeah, I just throw out a table. But I mean, if it became simple, I could do that setup in no time at all at a farmer's market.
And you can pick and choose. Like, you could put 3 shelves on it if
Right.
it's simpler instead of like 5,
yeah,
and put
Yeah.
fewer pieces out.
yeah,
Okay.
and for sure.
I feel like once you get a couple shows on the books for your fall winter thing, like there'll be some holiday shopping, even though you're not exactly sure how the in-person sales are going to go. I feel like it'll be.
No, where'd you go?
I think you cut out there.
Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, we're back. Okay, once I get a couple shows in the books.
I think it'll be good to like see how the sales go, and the holidays are coming up, so
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's a good. I mean, it might be kind of a weird time to be experimenting with shows because you're not sure what shows are great. and
Yeah.
it's the holidays, but I feel like you know kind of what people would like.
Yeah. Part of me is like hesitant to start doing shows in the holidays. And to just do online during the holiday and see how I do, you know, just to
Yeah.
kind of like prepare. Because I don't want to really build out a booth in the winter. And it'd
Yeah,
be
that's true.
nice.
What if
It'd
it's
be
an
nice
indoor
to kind
though?
of like
You don't even
plan
have to
it
worry about the
out.
tent.
Yeah.
Is there a low key indoor one that you could look for?
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to
That's
ask
just
Rebecca
like a
and see if she
one
knows
day
anything.
or something, and
Yeah, or like a church or
you could
whatever.
figure out a yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel
I'm
like your
like
price point would cater to most audiences, as long as you're not with
Right.
a bunch of like things that just don't vibe with handmade pottery.
Right.
Like I feel like, I mean, you can make it work at a farmer's market. You could probably make it work at a
What the hell?
like a church show that's a couple tables or something, you know?
Yeah, I don't know why my internet keeps bucking out, so I'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, I agree. I think that, and they'd be great stocking stuffers and shit like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you aiming to, if you do the online approach, are you aiming to try to have pieces that live a long life online and you just have to pack them? Or do you want to go the restock method to time it kind of
I
thing?
don't know.
Because everything's
I'd-
ideally going to be at your studio, right? So
I think
you
I'd
could-
prefer the restock method,
okay.
where like everything goes off the site and then it comes on at a certain time. Like even if it was like the same the same date, like the 30th of every month or the 29th of every month, you know?
Okay. Yeah, the consistency's good. So whether you put
Yeah.
fancy cups up the 15th of the month and
Yeah.
I don't know, or whatever, or put everything up at one time.
Yeah, I like the idea of doing fancy cups like the halfway. Obviously, after people get paid, so like I'd have to like find the pay dates
Mm-hmm.
and be consistent.
Yeah, I mean, what if the fancy ones went up like the first week of the month? Like they get paid at the end of the month, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the first week after they paid their stuff that's due at the beginning of the month? I don't know.
Right, like the 5th.
Okay. I never timed stuff like that, but I just time it based on what's convenient for me and what day of the week makes sense
Yeah.
and the time of day. I'm just like, I think I can fit it in around these shows on this date, and like I can reasonably get the listings ready in 5 days. And
Yeah.
that's enough time for people to know about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the 5th and the 20th would be good.
Okay.
Those are good dates.
Yeah, I feel like just throwing a date up there and like soft commitment to yourself to say I'm going to be consistent. Whether it's going to be 50 pieces or it's like 30 pieces, like having
Right.
a commitment of something that is going to be up there.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Ugh.
Are you going to... What if you don't hit the number? Are you going to try to make up for it the next month, or are you just going to...
No.
And you're just going to say, okay, I might commit to doing like a couple farmers markets and like maybe one show for the year, and then I'm going to try to dig into the online and see how
Yeah.
that goes and see if I can hit what I think I can hit.
Yeah. I like the idea of resetting every month if I don't hit that. Because it's all savings anyway. I'm not concerned about living off of it, you know?
Yeah. You're not like
Necessarily.
not making bills if you don't make that number.
Yeah. And also I have to consider the fact that I have expenses like...
I mean, you're going to have big expenses up front to make all the glazes and...
Yeah, and also, but also like my rent is $450, and it might go down to like $300, but the rent's like $450
for the studio.
for the studio, and then the clay costs money, a lot more than I used to pay, and then you know, like those things. So really, I'm not making $3,000. I'm really making like $2,200.
So you need to sell more than what you think.
Potentially. Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you said 1,500 profit for October, then
Yeah.
you got to realistically sell like 225, 200, well, sorry, 2,250 or something like that.
Yeah. It's weird because, like, being in a different place and, like, being off of Facebook for such a long time and being out of, like, that space for a long time, I'm nervous about, like, if I had said, oh, I want to make $3,000 profit, you know, in Monroe, I would have been like, yeah, piece of cake, you know? But,
Yeah.
but here it's like, I don't know if this is going to work, you know? So I think I need to give myself a little grace as well.
Yeah.
And, like, walk it up, you know?
Are you, with the pricing talk a little bit earlier, are you at all in a place where you feel confident to, like, try different prices and see what the market can bear a little bit? Or do you feel like you're still going to be dedicated to that same kind of mindset that you were in Monroe with how you price things?
Well, I don't
Because,
feel...
I mean, you've seen what I sell and what my prices are for the customers that, like, see me at a show, for instance.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if I decide eventually to make a product that I feel is worth more than what I'm going to be selling them for, then maybe. You know, like we had discussed at some point, you remember, I discussed at some point doing the fancy cups just smooth, no glaze, for like less money. I still want to do that because they look great like that.
Yeah. With just a bright color inside?
Yeah,
or
like
white inside, or
white or bright color inside, and then have them be like $40, $50, you know?
But it's sanded?
Yeah.
I feel like you can go like 60 with that.
I know. We'll say 50. We'll say 50 for now. But that might be a nice like medium, and that, oh, I should do that. I should add those. I could do 10 of those easy.
Just don't kill yourself with
I know.
saying I need to make 10 of the fancy ones. I need to make 10 of the semi-fancy ones. And then I need to make 400 other pieces.
Right.
Because those numbers are going to, you know, that's like one night in the studio probably. And you only have, what is it, 15 nights in the studio a month or something? Realistically? Something like that?
Yeah, but I could I could devote all of Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fancy cups, they don't take a long time to make, you know. The sanding is the part that kind of does a bit, but
it's one more thing, so.
It's one more thing. Yeah, you're right. You are correct. Well, and I
say you start with the fancy, and then you add those in as you see. Because once you build up stock of the other stuff and you know, like, all right, I still got 75 of these pinch pots toward my next month. Like, I don't really need to make 250 this month or whatever. Like, you can make another 75 and you'll be good for that next month.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, also, what do you think about this? I was thinking if I did, like, I could make the majority of the pieces white. Like, a lot of the pieces white. Like
you mean with the glaze?
Yeah, glaze. Like with the fancy cups, like, or not the fancy cups, the shitty cups, like, so if I did a mystery box, I could do a white mystery box, and then I could do a colored mystery box. So, like, if people are concerned about the color, then they could just do white. What do you think about that?
I think you go... I mean, we talked about it before, like, don't put too many options, but, what would a listing be? I think a white would be an easy one to say, like, I want mystery box white, and it's going to include these 3 or 4 pieces. Like, that's good, but
and then just a mystery box mystery.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So, like, random colors, white.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people know that, like, they could gift somebody a mystery box that's all white, and they know they're going to be happy with everything.
Right. Yeah. And it's not
I kind of
like
worry a little bit with the mystery boxes because I'm picking and choosing these random colored things, and I'm like, ooh, I hope that's gonna work. So I try to
Yeah.
give like not something in one particular color scheme. I try to give something that's like white and blue, and then there's like a Joe's green, like a dark green, and then there's a piece that's got some like brown on it or something. So it's not like all the same colors.
Yeah, totally. I know, like when I did the mystery boxes, there was one person that I knew wanted white, like totally white. And she didn't ask for it. She didn't care, and I gave her everything white and she was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like it even gave her.
It just looks so like clean and like, it shows the form off too. Just the simplicity of the form.
Yeah. Yeah, they are nice. And with the speckles, the white will look good, blah, blah, blah.
Ooh,
but
well.
I do have some extra clay that's from, like, random shitty extra clay that I need to get rid of. But, for the time being, I feel good about this.
Nice. All right, so you got a list together. You got your marching orders for the next... you got a half a month head start, too. You know right now what you want to get for October, and, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the weekend commitments and stuff of like drawing a line and saying I'm gonna work these days, and I'm gonna set aside, not randomly traveling somewhere or something like that,
Yeah, I think that's good. I want to.
Plus, it'll help your pocketbook too.
Yeah, for real. I think I want to print out a Charles.
Damn, Charles.
Damn, Charles. Oh, Charles. Such a loud chap you are. I think I want to print out a calendar and write down my schedule of what I want to do.
I wonder how people, I'm guessing people that do restocks and stuff, like they kind of work to a calendar, right? Like they have like a master list of, this is what I want in my restock. I want 30 mugs, 20 bowls, 10 jars, whatever. And they just like, this is the end goal. And then this is how I'm going to break them up. Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to get Tara on here, Tara and Matt, and talk about how they plan their restocks.
Yeah. I never work in that fashion. I just like it's like a guesstimate game of like, what am I low on? What do I have that's bisqued already that I can pull from?
Yeah.
What did people buy a lot at the last couple shows that I'm like, I need to restock? So I'm like, I know my oil bottles are getting a little low, so like I should probably make another 15 of those.
Yeah.
And I feel like continually making like 20 of something or like 15 of something is reasonable. Like it's not going to kill me to make 15 of something.
Yeah.
And it's going to help me, 3 weeks down the road when I know that I'm going to need them, Like that's how I work, but I don't really work to like, this is my end goal of numbers. I'm just like ongoing selling, and then what do I need to increase the quantity of in the back stock?
Yeah.
But that's like selling at shows where you don't really know what you're going to sell.
Yeah, totally. Cool.
Do you have a day when do you have a next day that you're going in the studio? Or you're planning to?
Maybe Saturday. I'll have to go tomorrow, so I'm picking up the kiln. We're finally transporting the kiln.
Oh, the kiln.
Finally.
It's getting to the studio and then you got to install it and everything. Or are you doing that tomorrow too?
I got to get it installed. So I have to take Babs to the vet, and I got to go to work. And, I got to take Babs to the vet. I got to go pick up the trailer, go get the kiln loaded, drop Babs off at work so she can chill out. And then I am going to take the kiln over to the other studio. Hopefully either Bradley or Chris can come with me, and then we can haul it off the cart. I'll just drop it upstairs or leave it downstairs or somewhere. And then go back to work, get 30 pots done, handle a bunch of shit, and then go back to the studio, probably.
Sweet.
Yeah. So that's the plan.
Nice. It would be good to see some progress. I'm sure we'll talk about it weeks at a time or whatever over time
Yeah.
when we meet and say, how's your list going? How you looking stock-wise and all that stuff. So
I'm frustrated that I got rid of all those fucking wear boards. I should have brought more. Fuck. All that money for wear boards. I should have.
Because it was like plywood or something?
It was a compressed hardboard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have enough bats and stuff still? You still have all those, right?
Most of my bats are at work. I'm trying to decide if I want to leave them on bats and let them pop off and then just punch the bottoms in, or if they would look better if I did them that way, or if I want to just pull them off.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. We got some Martian orders there.
Yeah.
How are you? You're gonna have to ramp up the online a little bit. It seems like, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get back
Whether
on
it's the
Facebook.
shop or just putting stuff on Facebook, Instagram, documenting.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, hi, I'm back.
Because you're gonna be like, hi, I haven't been around that much, but I'm back. We're making some shitty cups.
Shitty cups. My mom's gonna fucking hate it. She won't be able to share any of my stuff.
I can picture, like, you have a sign or something that says, like, shitty, and then it, like, says the...
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Or not even a sign, just do simple, handmade, and, like, have it all capped. Like, capital letters. Like, so you can't really tell that it says shitty until you, like, read it. Yeah.
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 Sweet.
Okay, that was good. Thank you for that thought session.
Yeah. I hope some people got some good insights there.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's a real... This was a hardcore real conversation that we would have had in the car together, talking.
Yeah.
So...
And some of these are like, I'm kind of pushing you a little bit because I know you need a little bit of, like, you need a number on the board and you need a commitment of, like, when's the next year you're going to studio? What kind of studio days do you need to actually accomplish this? And
yeah.
You know.
You're a good friend.
You too.
Yeah.
And we got pot swap coming up too.
Fuck.
We will be soliciting help for that from our crew.
Expect it.
And delegating. Expect it coming. Oh, it's coming.
Expect it. All right, that's it. Shall we?
All right, mic drop.
Mic drop. Bye.
Bye.
Yo, higgity, yo. It's Becca here. Hey, just so you know, thank you for listening. And also, we have... What do we have again? A Patreon. We have a Patreon that you should go, and if you want to donate to, you could donate to it. If you don't, that's cool too. But just Google Wheel Talk Podcast Patreon. Don't do the other one, because there is a Wheel Talk on Patreon, but it's not us. So make sure you get the right one. It's in the show notes. And also, leave us a review because they're fun to read. Okay, bye!